Hi everyone, this is Brandon Foster, your Wyoming beat writer for the Casper Star-Tribune, here with your Pokes Authority vidcast ahead of the Cowboys' Week 1 game against Northern Illinois. Wyoming kicks off the 2016 football season at 8:30 p.m. Saturday at War Memorial Stadium. The game marks the return of Josh Allen at quarterback for the Cowboys. Allen last started for the Cowboys against Eastern Michigan in 2015, but did not complete that game due to a season-ending collarbone injury. We sat down with Josh and talked about coming back from that injury, having the quarterback spot all to himself, and what he expects to see out of Wyoming this season. Last year, you obviously had a starting game against Eastern Michigan. Are you approaching this start any different than your last one?
I mean, last year was a little bit of a different time. I wasn't completely sure what I was doing on the field at all times, and now I feel completely confident in the game and the game plan that we've got going in. So it's kind of hard not to take it as the same approach because it is still the first actual start. I mean, I guess I can look at it that way. But I know how the game works now. I know the flow. I know the speed. So in that standpoint, it's a little more relaxed.
Mm-hmm. How do you sort of balance being a guy who can use his legs but also not taking those huge hits like that game?
Yeah, so I mean, it's just about staying in the pocket and trying to get the ball out of your hands. Mm-hmm. It's not so much about taking off and trying to get 2 or 3 yards and taking a big hit. So it's just about staying healthy. Mm-hmm. That's the main thing that we've got to do as an offense this whole season: stay healthy. And it's just that as long as we stay healthy, I feel like we'll have a good chance to stay in a lot of games.
You probably didn't take a whole lot of contact in fall camp, did you, with the blue jersey? Did they?
Yeah, no contact. So I mean, that first hit will probably be an eye opener, but it's definitely a needed hit in the game of football.
Are you typically the guy who likes the contact, or do you shy away from it?
I mean, if you look at last year's film, I guess I'm the guy that likes contact. So it's going to be hard to kind of shy away from it, I guess. But I mean, in the end, it's the smarter thing to do.
Given the way last year started, how important is it for this season to start off on a good note?
Oh, it's imperative. I mean, it's to send us off into the right trajectory of our season. To get a win first game would just absolutely, keep the fans in the stadium for one, and just give us the confidence that we need to carry over into the next couple games.
I know NIU's got a pretty solid defense, obviously a pretty acclaimed cornerback. What have you seen, and is it important to not focus too much on one guy?
I mean, you can't focus on him because he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but we're not going to shy away from him. Whatever the defense presents itself, whether it be coverage, we're going to attack whatever that we need to do. So it's not about staying away from one guy. It's about giving our guys the opportunity and the chance to go make plays.
Do you guys enjoy those night games, getting to play under the lights?
So I really haven't experienced one here.
Okay.
And so I'm really excited to play at 8:30 at night and under the lights with packed stadium and on national television. So it's definitely an exciting time.
I know sometimes what players don't like is having all day to overthink the game and everything. What are you gonna have to do to kind of stay focused?
So I'm not really sure what the coaches have kind of planned for us throughout the day. I guess we'll find out later in the week, I should say. But just being able to stay off my legs and keep the team off their legs as much as possible, just trying to stay fresh for Saturday.
Coach Bull said there's not any players that he anticipates not being ready for a game. How nice is it to come out of camp with that sort of health and not have any serious injuries?
Oh, it's completely exciting. Last year we suffered a few major injuries right before the game in one of the scrimmages. So to not have that this year, it's big. It keeps our depth where it needs to be, and just kind of helps us roll into the season with a fresh start.
I know this is been a long time coming for you. Your next start. Is it exciting that it's finally here? What's it feel like for you?
Yeah, every time I think about it, I kind of get the chills and get goosebumps. But at the same time, it's just another game. Just trying to prepare the same way I would for any other game. So just taking these last 4 practices before game 1 and attacking them.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been the Pokes Authority vidcast. Stay tuned to pokesauthority.com and the Casper Star-Tribune for all of your Wyoming football needs throughout the 2016 season.